Hello guys, this is UniversalGiant and welcome back for more of Let's Play Pokémon SoulSilver. Last time, we surfed south from Pallet Town to arrive at Cinnabar Island, only to realize that there isn't that much left because the volcano erupted, and... God, I hope everybody's alright. I mean, they don't mention whether or not anybody died from it, they just mention all the destruction that it did. I never really thought about it that way, and it makes me feel insensitive now, but... I digress. Now we can make our way further to the east, and arrive at the Seafoam Islands. I forget if that trainer attacks us or tells us what's going on in the new Cinnabar Gym here. She attacks us! Do you have anybody interesting? Please say you do so I can make this worthwhile to put in. Shroomish! I want to say this is interesting, but we've already seen one before, so I'm just going to fry it to a crisp and continue on my way. Sorry, Shroomish. I'm just not really in the mood for small talk right now. Kind of antsy to go to the place that I want to go to, and I'm still trying to keep it a mystery, despite the fact that you could probably tell from the video title, but who reads these days? Oh wait, you have to read in order to be able to understand what's going on in the game, don't you? Oh well. In here are the Seafoam Islands, and there's a Dewey in there! But up here, if we take the ladder, we get to the Cinnabar Gym, maybe? I mean, you gotta respect Blaine for going out of his way to actually relocate the gym and design this place, despite the fact that it is actually part of the Seafoam Islands and it is just in a cave. But except, you don't have the same, like, quiz puzzle where you would be able to skip a trainer if you got the question right. In here, it's simply a matter of fighting trainers so they can get out of your way. How do you do the laundry in here anyway? I mean, you don't even have hot water in the Seafoam Islands because it's really cold down there, but you have an Arcanine! Holy crap! Now, if you haven't been able to guess, the Cinnabar Gym specializes in the Fire type! And you know Extreme Speed, which is a double priority move, which I think goes even before other priority moves. But the reason I'm leading with Lupus is twofold. One, because he's the lowest level member of our team, and two, because he will absorb Fire-type attacks, and that was a very well-timed crit. I forget whether or not Arcanine has access to close combat in this generation. I was kind of scared that he did, because he probably could have killed me with one shot, but oh well, he didn't use it. Now, at this point, you could potentially go either to the left or to the right, and you can see if you went to the left, you'd only have to face one other trainer after this guy, so this is probably the place that you'd try to go first. Can't imagine how terrible it must feel to lose everything. I mean, you have to figure, Blaine and all of the trainers in here, the gym is their lives. I mean, this is what they live for, essentially, and I love how these guys have nothing to hit me with, because their fire moves will be absorbed by my flash fire. But they put so much effort, so much of their lives, their heart and their soul into this place, and when it gets destroyed by the volcano, you just gotta feel for them. I mean, it's like a part of them died when the gym went down. So, I mean, kudos to them for actually having the... what's the word? For being able to build up whatever the word is for it that I can't think of right now to actually relocate the gym here in the Seafoam Islands. It takes a lot of that word I'm not thinking of right now. But yes, we will eventually explore the Seafoam Islands after we clear out the gym. I love how these guys only have one Pokemon, and they're actually fairly powerful. Torkoal! Fire type from the Hoenn region! Looks kinda cool. I wanna say this thing will have Earthquake or Rock Slide or something, so Lupus is probably not going to make it through this fight, but he did well so far. I don't know why you'd use Iron Defense on a special attacker, but you do that, it'll make it much easier for me to kill you. Every time I walk into one of these fights, I'm expecting the thing that comes out of the opponent's ball to kill me, and it hasn't killed me yet. How much longer should I ride this high I'm on right now? Do I want to take another risk, or do I want to... Yeah, like I've said before, keep riding the hot hand. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm gonna try saying that as many episodes in a row as possible. I'm probably gonna forget next time. I know there's nothing Magmar can use to touch me, though. That's really nice to know. I think it might have Feint Attack. A lot of the ones that we've seen have Feint Attack, but then again, I'm not sure what it learns via level up, like what other strong moves it could potentially use. But a lot of the time in this game, trainers haven't been able to identify the fact that Lupus had Flash Fire, so most of the time they would use a fire move even if it's resisted, just because it's more powerful than their other stuff. But in here, they're not even fooled into doing that. I guess I'll heal Lupus up. Have the berries, might as well use them, no reason not to. I spent all that time getting them anyway. But fire types have always been among my favorites, and I think that's just because I'm always tempted to take the fire starter. Like, I picked Charizard, even though in Gold I originally picked Chikorita every time I've played through this generation since, excluding my SoulSilver LP right here, I'd always pick Cyndaquil. Anytime I played the 3rd generation, I would always pick Torchic. 4th generation, I would always pick Chimchar, just because fire types are so rare to have in that generation to begin with. So I really like the fire types. And I think it's just because I enjoy using the fire type starters. But here's one I cut out previously, Macargo! Evolution of Slugma, Rock, Fire type. Unfortunately for Macargo, it is very frail and very slow. Unfortunately, it survived, so it will do a decent amount of damage with Rock Slide. That's actually quite a bit more damage than I was expecting it to do, but nonetheless, it's dead now. I'm glad I healed. It's about time we actually fought trainers that were legitimately challenging. Speaking of trainers that are legitimately challenging, we finally made our way around the giant flame in the cave here. And we can finally challenge Blaine himself. He's going to lead off the fight with a Macargo level 54, and this thing, if you allow it the opportunity, will try to set up a sunny day for the rest of your team and ruin your day. His team mainly likes to get as much use out of Sunny Day as possible, either being for powering up the fire moves or using Solar Beam on something like Crunch. Speaking of super effective moves on Crunch, his Magmar, I believe, knows Thunder Punch, so I probably want to be getting the hell out of here. When I wanted to heal Lupus, I never really thought about how I wanted to go about taking on this Magmar. I guess I'll go with Duster, just cause. Part of me wants to say that he should have the 4th generation evolution of Magmar at this point. I'm kind of disappointed that he doesn't. But there are only so many things that Magmar can do. It's not the most powerful thing in the world. Its evolution, on the other hand, that's pretty fun to use. It's one I've always wanted to try using since I saw it when I first got back to the 4th generation, but just haven't had the opportunity to. I mean, I've used Electabuzz's evolution a couple of times, but I haven't used Magmar's. Gotta get around to that at some point. His last Pokemon is his signature Pokemon, that's Rapidash. And the reason why this thing is so threatening is just by how fast it is. Although I do forget exactly what its moveset is, I want to say it has a pretty decent one considering what it is. And level 59! Is this the strongest Pokemon we faced so far that wasn't a pathetic Metapod or Magikarp? Might be. But it knows a move, Bounce! Bounce is like Fly, except it's less accurate and can potentially paralyze the opponent, which I'm actually thankful that it didn't do. Bounce is fun to use until you realize just how inaccurate it is. I want to say it's only got 85% accuracy, and, you know, all things considered, that ain't much. And once again, a gym leader gives me much less of a threat than I was actually expecting it to. That's kind of disappointing. Oh well. I still have the utmost respect for Blaine for being able to just pick up and move after losing everything that he essentially trained for, everything that he lived for in the gym. He moved it over here. Respect. But with that, he'll give us our 7th Kanto badge, which is the Volcano Badge, and TM50 Overheat, which is a very powerful Fire-type move that lowers your special attack 2 stages. So your special attack is cut in half after you use Overheat for the first time. So, I mean, it's like Draco Meteor and a couple of other moves that we have yet to see, I guess. And I suppose I'll heal up before we head downstairs to explore the Seafoam Islands. So, as long as we have time left in the video, there's no reason for us not to head downstairs and explore the rest of the Seafoam Islands. There's actually a whole dungeon down here! And this is Kanto's obligatory ice-like area. And lucky for me, I believe I brought... Duster, you have strength, right? I don't think we could do anything over here, though. I think that's how we get back, maybe? I mean, we can use it to advance forward into the cave, but... we can't really go anywhere from here if we wanted to try, so I think I'll just swing by up here and pick up this Pokeball, which happens to be nothing more than an Ice Heal. You do want to swing down here for a particular TM that we've already taken the time to purchase from the Game Corner because I played those games for so long, might as well have made them useful. But this is where you would get it normally, and there's nothing we can do about either of those strength boulders because we wouldn't be able to get past them if we move them. So let's just continue forward. Is this the TM? No, it's not. It's a Water Stone. Why did I go through all that stuff with Bill's grandfather if I just signed for Water Stone right here? What the hell did I do that for? I feel like an idiot now. I mean, I have another Water Stone. I guess that's not the worst thing in the world, but going through that little detour allowed us to actually be able to solve this puzzle! So we can actually go through to the north here. We can move this boulder to the right now, which will allow us to push this forward and push that over to the left. The way we had this position before, that first boulder would have been where this third boulder was, so we wouldn't have been able to get through before. Kind of annoying, but it's a puzzle. You solve it, you move on. And a Grip Claw! Why do I forget what this is? All I remember about is that Sneasel can potentially hold on to this. I want to say 50% of Sneasels have this. Lengthens the duration of moves like Bind and Wrap that prevent your opponent from escaping when you use it. Now, a lot of those moves, unless you're playing the first generation in which you do not have access to these hold items to begin with, where... oh boy, how broken those kinds of moves were in the first generation. Don't get me started. Maybe we can actually progress after moving those boulders, and I was just being an idiot about it. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I want to say up there is the way out. We don't want to go that way. We have plenty of stuff we want to do here. Can I move that? I can't move that. Do I have to reset this so I could... what do I have to do here? Puzzles! Lots and lots of puzzles. I love puzzles. They make me think a lot. And you know, like me, I like me some thinking. Because it makes my brain hurt. I do enjoy puzzles, it's just that when I'm trying to figure them out, on camera, it's not the most interesting thing to watch. What the hell do I do here? Why am I stuck? Stop embarrassing yourself on camera! It's not funny! And if it is funny, it's only making yourself look bad. Stop looking bad! What the hell do I do? Giant? Think, Giant! Think harder! Use your brain cells! Think, damn! There was a ladder over there the whole time? That was there the whole time, I just decided not to go down it because I was an idiot? Okay. That shouldn't surprise anybody. Oh, how much I miss Black 2, White 2 with the repels, being able to keep them up without having to go into your bag. Hi, Skier! I haven't seen one of you since we were in the Mahogany City Gym. Trainers are starting to get difficult! And by difficult, I mean one-shot, but higher leveled, so more experience! So many ice puzzles to not look forward to in here. I don't think the puzzles in here are as bad as the ones in the Ice Path. Come to think of it, I'm not sure I remember any real puzzles in here at all in this version. Because I remember particularly in Red and Blue how annoying some of the puzzles in here were. Where you had to push strength stones down from above and be able to... Oh, what did you have to do? It was really annoying. That you had to... How do I get to there? Ah, I see what I gotta do. I think I see. Where do I have to move this stone to? Because I have to slide into it from the right side. But I think if I push it up there, I'd be able to slide it around. I don't think that's the way to the thing I'm gunning for, but it's certainly the way up here to this ladder. And hopefully it'll take us down to the thing that I want it to get to. An Ultra Ball is not that thing. But I at least want to say that we're very close to the thing I actually came down here for. But with the water currents and the waterfalls and everything in the first generation down here that you had to block with these strength blocks and stuff, strength boulders you had to move around, those were really annoying to do. Is that the thing I want? I have to take a ladder to get down there. Is there anything else around here I can get to from this little island down here? Doesn't look like it. Guess we have to go back up. This place is a bit of a maze, but it's not like you needed me to tell you that, because I'm already lost. But I remember just spending so much time in here for solving that one stupid puzzle, if you even want to call it a puzzle. It's been too long since I played through the original Game Boy version. I mean, so much nostalgia is associated with it, and I think this is the ladder we take to get down to that item. Please be the thing I'm looking for. TM13 Ice Beam! I already bought one from the Game Corner and put it on Duster, but I'm thinking about possibly putting it on Crunch. I do not know whether or not I will. And this... What is the best way to go about this puzzle? I never really figured... I don't know. I want to say if I push these over to the side and then I push the other one all the way in, it would stop me so I can make my way up here. I don't know why. That puzzle always gives me the most trouble. But this time it didn't. I'm not quite sure why. How do we get to that, though? If we shove the left block into the right one and they stay frozen together... If I shove this one forward, I don't think that's going to do much for me. I think the only way I can actually do anything is if I do this, but I'm not quite sure where to go from here. I do think I screwed up. Because I can't do anything for this. Yeah. I guess I shoved the other one forward? Can I do that? Does that do anything for me? I don't think it does. Figuring things out on camera! Always a good idea! What are you saying? It's always a good idea. It's never not a good idea. If I shove that out of the way, what does that do? Gives me a stopping point here, but it doesn't really help me get anywhere. But it does allow me to push this block all the way over there. And if I do that, then I can make my way over to the item, which turns out to be nothing more than a big pearl, which will sell for a nice amount of money, but I don't know if it was worth the embarrassment of me looking like an idiot. You like that sort of stuff, don't you? I guess that makes it worth it. At least in your eyes, not mine. Contrary to what you may believe, I actually enjoy looking as smart as I am rather than stupider than I am, just because it's a lot less embarrassing for me to look as smart as I am than I am stupid. I know I probably come off much more stupid or idiotic than I actually am in real life, and that's one of the things that kind of bothers me about how I sound in these LPs. I don't know if bother is the right word. I've just never felt comfortable with that, knowing that people will listen to me and think that I'm some, like, teenager who knows very little about anything or what it means to do this, or has the least amount of experience, or is just stupid in general. But it's something that I really like to do, despite the fact that I think I sound like an idiot doing it. And I guess there are enough people that feel the same way that it shouldn't bother me as much as it does, but it still does. All that said, though, with this, and I don't think there are any hidden items on this piece either. No, it's down there. I probably missed it. We can finally make our way to the thing that it was that I wanted to come down here for. And I'm not going to spend the entire rest of the video here trying to catch it, because we remember how long it took me in Fire Red. This is UniversalGiant, and next time, we'll go after Articuno. See you then.